Hello, what's poppin', everybody? This is your boy J Money here, and I'm bringing you guys the rank 10s, rogue with spice style. Now, again, I've played this deck on and off since 2012, before trains were even a thing. I was playing just level 10 spam with Exodius, Malefic Cyber End, Metal Reflect Slime. I had Mausoleum of the Emperors for the Earthbound Immortals so I could burn. I had all kinds of stuff. But, over time, I've been playing this deck more and more, just on and off, so I have a lot more knowledge when it comes to rank 10s and how they can operate and all that stuff. So, with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and get into the deck because I have a ton of spice in here that most others don't. So, I'm going to go ahead and take a look, and there we go. Now, the first card I'm going to talk about is the Toon Tables. Everybody plays Shaddoll Fusion. That's fine, you can do that. You can play your Shikanaga. It's level 10, it's a machine, and it's an Earth, which is a little bit more important if you're talking about your bullet liner over here. However, Toon Cyber Dragon, forces out Tri-Gates. It actually, it ruins particular strategies and all that. And Mega Fleet Dragon over here is still a level 10 machine, which still fulfills what you're trying to accomplish, which is make your rank 10s. The reason why we play the Toon Timer and the Toon Tables is because we, unlike everybody else, are still playing 3 engages. You'd be amazed about how much getting these draws really comes in. And I think only one time did I actually activate Hornet Drones twice. I'll generally engage for a Hornet Drones and then engage for a Jamming Waves or a Widow Anchor. And most of the times when I actually play the Widow Anchor, I do not take the monster because, surprise, surprise, the rank 11 over here wants as many monsters on the opponent's board as possible. We want to be doing maximum damage. So, all this in mind, we have another tech over here, Iron Draw. Now, the only reason this is in here is because sometimes you're going to get interrupted to the point where you cannot close out that game. So this is your fallback right here, to where you can just draw 2 cards and you'll have follow-up plays for next turn, because you have the recoveries as long as you have the field spell on the board, as long as your Flying Pegasus or your Bullet or your Ruffling Railcar hits the graveyard, all of it. Now, the last tech of the main deck we're going to talk about is really, really important, and that is Cosmic Compass. It is essentially a Phantom Skyblaster in reverse, but it is a machine earth monster, which really synergizes with this deck when you have both Derek Crane and Bullet Liner sitting in your hand. At worst, you're pumping out 1 token, so at worst, you're getting a free Cleafort Genius. And at best, you're playing against a full field of monsters, which you're just going to pump out like 4 or 5 tokens after I've already went into my extra deck with the Sky Strikers, because this is a very, very tactical play to where I'm baiting out negates with, like, let's say my Toon Cyber Dragon and whatnot. I'm turning things off there. Not only that, but I'm also turning things off with Widow Anchor or forcing out negates when they on my Kagari and all that stuff. So after all this is said and done, then I can proceed to go ahead and normal summon this Compass, and then we're gonna start, going into our Nightmare plays and really start, putting a hurting on our opponent. We also play Summon Sork in the deck, which, because of Cosmic Compass, we can effectively play Sork and or Toon Cyber if you don't have the Cosmic Compass. And, Summon Sork essentially guarantees you having the rank 10. There is one tech in the extra deck that I'm noticing no player that's playing rank 10s is even playing, and that is Pentastag, and I don't know why this is. This card literally guarantees damage, no matter what. There's so many Game 2s I've played to where my opponent just gets smart and wants to start playing defense, so the big Mega Cannon can't do anything. But if you have Pentastag right up under this Mega Cannon, you're still doing damage. No matter what, you will do damage. This guarantees damage. This needs to be a staple in trains, hands down. Now, we only have 1 Gustav, 1 Super Door, and 1 Sky Palace. I don't think I've once went into Super Door because I hardly ever go first. Yeah, so anyway, all this aside, let's go ahead and just get started with some replays. Alright guys, so we got our first set of plays right here. And we going against some magical musketeers. Oh, please be smooth. I would love for you to be smooth. And you're not smooth. So, you know, hopefully you guys are following along. We got the Gustav. Now, mistake number one that I made here, because I haven't played this deck in so long. If you activate the field spells effect to special summon from the deck, you will not be able to do further damage. You're not going to be able to do any battle damage for that turn. That is extremely important. This deck wants to OTK. This deck wants to get that damage in. So, because we have a bunch of new train cards, always use the discard effect to add a level 10 machine from your deck to the hand. Always. Now, this guy clearly doesn't know what he's doing in Guardian Musketeer. So, I'm activating Engage. He responds with Steady Hands and tries to use Last Stand on my Engage that I've already activated. Like, this guy is just like, and then he thinks he can activate Caspar multiple times. He thinks he can activate Last Stand multiple times. And it's like, clearly he still has the old premonition of just how quote-unquote broken Magical Musketeers were. And so once we summoned the big Mega Cannon, it was over. Yeah. So now he's probably going to play defense. Oh, yeah, no, that's right, he breaks. So, next one. Alright, guys. On to the next one. This is my only loss, actually, and it was from Kill Switch, playing Pendulums. Spoiler alert, I play against Pendulums later on and beat him. So that's good. Anyway, we, yeah, he sets up his Electro plays. You know, he grabs the Jackal back to his hand. You know, he uses Abductor, gets a Harmo. And this is what's going on. We get a Vortex, we get a Dragster, and we get 2 Jackals, so I scoop so he doesn't want to play him. Now, granted, I side to go first. I side the artifacts and all that, so just in case, he'll make like Tornado Dragon because I'm going first because I don't want him to make that board again. And what do you know? He doesn't let me down. He activates Tornado Dragon, so I go and activate Widow Anchor on summon, so he's much more inclined to chain the tornado and blow up the site, so he doesn't make Vortex or any of the other stuff, you know, enabling me to go on. So I go and make Unicorn and spin itself back to the extra deck because for some reason with Bullet Trainer, the only monster you need to control is Machine. So yeah. He also lets my Unicorn go. I guess he just wanted to see what my deck did. That's why I was kind of questioning why he didn't flip over the second Fogblade when I go target itself. So, yeah. No surprise there. Let's go ahead and get on to game 3 where I don't really have much. See, I already opened Toon Table and Toon Cyber, but when I draw for turn, I open... yeah, I opened the second Toon Table, and that really hurt. Like, really bad. See, look at that. I opened, like, the second Toon Table, I'm like, wow, that's insane. But, you know what? We're gonna try, and, you know, our Hyate gets Fog-Bladed. That's unfortunate, so we grab the Hornet Bit. He negates the Kagura with Jackal, or whatever. So, Sky Palace, we keep it on the board because we don't want to just go into a rank 11. But from here, I decide, you know what? Yeah, he's got game. He has game. So, yeah. Alright. On to that next one. Alright, guys. On to some Adolches, if you will. Now, let's go ahead. And I hope this is smooth, because we play like 4 games. So, you know, Toon Table is good. You know, that's awesome. And, you know, he lets them all go. We get our Toon Cyber, and we activate our field spell. And I think we discard, and he plays Ash, and we go Cosmic Compass. We make our Cleafor Genius, and all this stuff, because we don't control all Earth Machine monsters, because Toon Cyber is a light. And this is where Tiramisu comes in, and does some damage. So we get the field spell shuffled, we get all that going. Alright, so that's fine, you know, who cake. You know, it's whatever. So we get the combo no matter what. We're doing the Derek Rain. You know, He called by the Grays my compass because I was going to target it with the Pegasus, and I go into the big rank 11, and that's just too much damage for him to survive. So after I've already goose off maxed him. So here we go. We open the nice Toon Table engage combo, but we sided out our Toon Cyber because I knew he was going to make me go first, which he did. So I go Sanctum, and we go ahead and just summon our Scythe. And I don't know, like, I think 3 or 4 times I completely forget to use Rail Card's effect during the end phase. So it's like, now I have to sit here and remind myself to put this thing on the top of my main deck, just like Scarm, so I don't forget it. Because as you can see, I clearly forgot about it. And, yeah, so now we're making our Hornet Bit, you know, we're going to grab our Engage, and we're going to make our Summon Sork, and we're going to grab our Widowmaker, and we're going to draw a card. You know, he called by the Grays my Terra Crane. Now he's going to go ahead and he summons Sworks. Now I'm going to drop my Speedy Bullet Liner. And we goose off max and we hit him with the 6k guy. But considering we don't have enough monsters to invest into a Pentastag, we lost, I think. Yeah, he risks a Palooza, so we definitely scoop it up. And we go to that third game. You know, so, yep, there we go. We got our Bullet Liner. And we just play our Iron Draw. Like, I only play 2, but for some reason, every time I open Iron Draw, I draw into the other Iron Draw. Which, I'm not complaining. I mean, it can give me more draws for the next turn. That's cool. You know, we go Sanctum, we hit that Scythe again. We always want to wait until our opponent summons something or puts a card on the board so they don't just drop in impermanence from the hand. So, yeah, don't stand my face as Sanctum, guys. So, as you can see here, he's playing some extreme amount of defense. So we take full advantage of that, and we go ahead and summon Sork, and we make our Gustav. Then we're going to link off Scythe and Sork into Pentastag, and yeah, we activate that XYZ Reborn, we burn some more, and the big Mega Cannon is going to pierce everything. So we go ahead, and we enjoyed that game so much, we decided to do another one. You know, it's good. It's always nice to rematch. Now, I would like to play Madolches, but for some reason the XC does not. And Savage Strike, you know, with the come on. What are you doing? Oh man, you're frozen, aren't you? Yep, you're frozen. Alright. Hold on. Well, couldn't get that second match for you guys because that stuff was just continuously frozen. I couldn't really get it to start working, so I just decided to move on to the next one. Now, I would have loved if I would have played against something like Sky Strikers. Maybe that would incline me to, let's say, side out. Well, I don't know. I don't know what I would side out, but, you know, something tells me it would be like Cyber Dragons. Side those out, side out the Toon Table, side out the Engages and all that, and play like a bunch of Kaijus. Because the level 10 Kaiju is also a level 10 machine. But it's not an Earth, so, you know, who really knows? You just got to be really strategic with this stuff. So this is, you know, the past couple of times I've opened like Cosmic Compass and Urgent Schedule to link my board down. So we impermanence the Avion, and we go ahead and activate our Toon Table, and he lets it all go. Now we're going to go ahead and go Engage, and we're going to activate the Hornet Bit, and we're going to Kagari back a Hornet Bit again, and we're going to engage for Widowmaker. We're going to activate Widowmaker and target the Evil Swarm Nightmare, but we're not going to take it because we want those monsters. So now that we got our special schedule going, we go Summon Sork. Now this is a misplay on my part because, again, I haven't played this deck in like God knows how long, but I thought the special schedule only summoned a level 10 monster, and it only, or level 10 machine, but it summons a machine with 3,000 or more attack. So let me go ahead and take it back. He just wanted to see what the deck did. So yeah, I showed him that all the spicy cards that other decks aren't playing. They're not playing Pentastag for some reason. They're not playing Toon Table and Engage, even though I'm pretty sure Engage is not going to be a 3, but if it's a 2, it's still going to be okay. Iron Draw, again, it's really gotten me there a couple times, especially if I don't get OTK'd because I'm playing a bunch of big Mega Cannon tanks and all that. So yeah, Summon Sork gets you there. It got ogred that one time, which really sucked. But Cosmic Compass, oh my god, it it just blows out my opponent if I'm tune tabling or if I'm engaging and all that. Not only that, but once you link your board all the way down, then you can activate your urgent schedule like I did here. You know, so yeah. I hope that gave you guys a nice lesson as to how to play trains. Again, side deck, I'm siding artifacts, I'm siding XYZ Reborns. A lot of you don't even know what that card is. And essentially, all it is a trap card that just lets you special summon a machine, or no, any XC's monster from your graveyard and attach itself as material so you can get more uses. Real quick, let me go back to the deck. Real quick, we're just going to look over the side deck. We're obviously playing Reboot because this deck can very easily have OTK, and I was about to say FTK. We're playing Snowplow Hustle Rustle because not only is it an Earth level 10 machine that can drop itself, it does it on attack declaration. What you want to do essentially is, if you're siding artifacts, you side these as well. Because if you draw your, let's say your Morale Attack, which makes me want to play more Morale Attacks to be honest. You can reveal this during your opponent's turn and drop this, and it'll nuke all your back row. And Morale Attack will trigger and blow up another card. This thing has a 3,000 booty, so they're likely not going to get over it unless they have a Boral Sword on the board already. In that case, don't do it. Or do it to save your ass, either or. Again, XYZ Reborn, very, very good card for closing out games. I side this when I know my opponent is going to make me go first. The cards you definitely want to side when your opponent is making you go first is those XYZ Reborns and the Artifact Engine, most definitely. Now, the Snowplow Hustle Rustle, I've yet to side it in, so it may just be sided out for other things. I haven't figured it out yet. I haven't figured out the best thing to play for trains, but, you know, I'll figure it out. So, anyway, guys, I hope you guys learned something. You know, especially since this is the standard streamlined build. Again, I find this build to be a little bit more flexible and not as, like, you know, linear. Because again, Cosmic Compass, because it's an Earth machine, really synergizes with the rest of this deck anyway. And it really can get you in there. And it just, because nightmares are a thing, you can sit here and open up the board for your trains to start going in and going for the kill. And so yeah, thank you guys very much for watching. Leave your feedback down in the comments below. This is J Money, and I am signing out.